2.
Cheers.
Episode 1, the No Tekkers podcast. We back, baby.
We back.
I'm your host, Braz. I got my co-host here, man like Chief.
Bun the stats.
No Faz today, but shout out SLS every Thursday, 7:30. You can catch that on YouTube. And then we got the infamous Big Jimmy Jones back in the building.
Don't know, my money's as long as the Chelsea squad, man. Crazy stuff, man. Crazy stuff.
What you saying, man? What you saying?
I'm chilling, man. I know ball and I'm leng. What's that? Crazy stuff, man.
Yo, it's been a minute, man. Like, yo, it's been what?
Too long.
It's been too long, fam. Come like we put ourselves in lockdown.
Yeah. But it was a good hiatus, man. You get me? Like,
And we're
good
back
to
bigger
refresh,
and better.
bigger and better. Obviously,
the
you
main
can see
thing.
new settings, new everything. You get
Yeah,
me?
we
So
got water now.
We got water, baby. We got water.
You get me? It's out here, man. We're out here. So, obviously, if for people that were like fans of the show from the start, the first ever episode that wasn't televised, I'd say, it was no visuals, was Chief. It was your episode. So,
It was about 4 hours long as well.
yeah, it was hella long still.
Chat so
Editing
much,
was long. Now I ain't gotta worry about editing, you get me? But so it's only right. Season 2, we start this new settings, new everything with your story again.
Okay.
Because obviously I know there's more than what you was saying on the first one.
So you didn't know what questions to ask
Media
back
training
then.
and that, you know what I'm saying?
You get me? I know there's more to it now. You get what I'm saying? So we're gonna get into that, and then obviously we're gonna catch up with the bare stuff have happened in football. Bare man got sacked.
Bear
World
man need
Cups
to get.
happened.
Bear man need to get.
Messi got his World Cup. You
Gold
get me?
status.
So it's kind of Ronaldo's gone to
Retirement.
them over them
Nah,
sides
it's coming back, man.
to do what? To do what?
Testimonials and that.
You get me? So, yeah, let's get straight into it then. So, boom. Back in the day, from what I hear now, obviously at the time I didn't really know Chief like that, you get me?
Yeah.
But back in the day, from what I heard, like all the people that we've had on the show and all the people that we have in common that we know said, yo, Chief was
That guy.
that guy
That's what I'm hearing as well. fam.
when he was young.
I don't like the was though. You know what I mean? Like I'm just.
Nah,
I mean?
no, but hold it though. You're washed.
What we're saying though, so obviously from Brum, remember we had the whole best ballers in Brum debate on the IG Live where we had Daniel Sturridge come on, Maney come on, and everyone was talking about giving their personalised list, and certain man got in their feelings because they were in.
Obviously, I wasn't there because I'm not from Brum. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, that's the reason.
I didn't really take the notes.
But obviously everyone, I'd say the majority of people, you was in everyone's top 5 from Brum. You get me? So this is a media question. You get what I'm saying? This is for you to go into now. Do you think? Well, let's first start with why are you not where you're supposed to be?
Oof.
Based on your potential that you had when you was younger.
Take
So,
this
and the
out.
potential I mean is like the Daniel Sturridges
Yeah.
of Brum, Sean your Lucos and them man there. You get what I'm saying? Where you're playing European nights and you get me locking up certain strikers of certain calibers and them things there. You get me?
We'll get into that.
No, I need you to take the safety off as well when you get
Yeah.
there, bro.
Like, if we're being real, football's not just about ability.
Of course, 100%.
There's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes and like a lot of politics involved. So I'll say early on, I didn't know how to navigate certain politics and the backroom dealings. So I guess I kind of fell victim to that at times.
Did you have like an advisor or an agent or?
Yeah, but to be honest, they weren't very, very
Helpful.
Yeah. So my first agent, we'll
So
go all the way
you
back.
grabbed the bag.
We'll go all the way
Grabbed
back.
the bag and cut.
Not even that. Like he worked for the PFA in it, so he was kind of like a steady Eddie, like just do the basics, whatever. So he didn't come watch any of the games. Never see me play. Never sorted out no loan moves. Like there was one. So my first loan move, I went to Notts County. I think the club sorted it. Like one of the coaches knew manager or something like that. So as a first year, so I was 17 at the time. Went on loan to Notts County, and then that would do a League Two at the time. Struggling, like relegation battle and that. So went there, played. First game was FA Cup game against some non-league team, Histon. Won 3-0, got man of the match, done well. Next game, I think we played Peterborough at home. We lost 2-1.
He was a gaffer at the time. Was this
Ian McParlin.
Okay. So he went into.
That was a few years down the line.
Okay.
Did he get on with Ian or?
Huh?
Did he get on with Ian?
With the Nats camp? Yeah, he was calm to be fair. He was a little short Irish Scottish guy. He was not the greatest like tactician or man management.
Wassy, yeah.
Basically,
yeah.
It was.
No, it's calm.
It was a basic manager.
So one.
Yeah.
Okay.
So obviously played that game. We lost 2-1, and then he drops me next game. I was like, okay, cool. No explanation. Didn't come to me, pull me to the side, say, oh yeah, gonna do this,
Yeah, bonafide Wassy.
No explanation, dropped. So they lost that game. I think 3-0 or something. So then the next game, I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to go back in. Nothing gets said. Don't go back in. Thinking, okay, this is a bit mad. Come on loan to play. Man sitting on the bench watching team get slapped. So then after that, it pulls me and says, oh yeah, I'm going to play the next game. So I come in, play that game. I think we won. Can't remember what the score was, but we won. And he's buzzing off me. I was like, yeah. Come in and you really started, made a difference to the back line and whatever. All right, cool. So then from then till... So I was signed in November and signed... So it was a month loan at first. So then obviously after I played the couple of games after I got dropped, then I had to renew it. So I had done another month and I was like doing well, getting I think got like 3 man of the matches in like 4 games or whatever it was. And then he Alex McLeish had just took over at Blues at the time. So he phones me and he's like, oh, hi, it's Alex McLeish. I'm young. I'm like, hi, Alex. And he's like, it's like, no.
Learning from there, bro.
Yeah. And it's obviously like you're young and you're nervous. You're just on the phone. Like, oh,
It's the
gaffer, first team.
Yeah.
And then obviously that was the first line that come out of my mouth, hi, Alex. And it's like,
Yeah.
And then he's like, oh, no, it's gaffer. And then obviously he's like, oh, yeah, but anyway, yeah, just wanted to touch base with you and obviously let you know that we're keeping tabs on your progress at whatever. And
Blues was in Prem these times.
Yeah. So then I think like a week later, I get another phone call saying, oh, basically we're going to recall you to send you on loan again to a higher league because it's too easy for you.
Yeah.
And then the next day at training, I go into training and then the gaffers come up to me and he's like, oh yeah, we're going to extend your loan. And I'm thinking,
which is it?
I'm going back in the morning. I don't know what you're talking about. So obviously, he's not been told, obviously. So then I come after the training session, he must have got a call. Obviously, the call. So then obviously he's come to me all upset and he's like, yeah, sorry to see that you're going to be going. Is there anything we can do to kind of keep you?
Yeah, you're the gaffer, innit? You should be making...
That's what I'm saying.
Pulling these strings, B.
So then I was just like...
It's out of my hands, Chief.
Yeah, like, I'm already been recorded. I can't do anything.
Yeah.
And I'm going higher, so I'm going to stay. Anyway, so after back of that, I went to Port Vale in League One. Again, rock bottom of the League One. And then that was the most toxic place in the world.
He was a gaffer there?
That was basically like CLT.
So shout out to CLT lads.
Yeah, so Lee Sinnott was the manager. So I think he was an ex-centre back as well. So obviously he tried to kind of like show me the ropes of a centre back and whatever. And to be fair, I loved it there. It was good. I was playing every week and doing well. And it was, to be fair, it was on promotion form while I was there. It was winning most weeks. If not, we'll pull a draw out the bag or something. We only lost like 3 games out the 15 I was there. Something like that. So I think then basically we needed to win. There was like 3 games left and we needed to win all the games to have a chance of staying up.
Yeah. And
then I got injured in that game and then come off. Then I lost 1-0. So then it was pretty much done after that. And then obviously my season was done. So I went back to Blues. And then anyway, going back to the agent, my agent does the commentary at Port Vale because he used to play for Port Vale, and the brother's got a statue outside of Port Vale. But all this time, he's not even known that I've been on loan to Notts County or Port Vale. So going back to Notts County, he phones me when I was at Notts County saying, "Oh yeah, I got a loan move for you to Falkirk."
Where's that?
Scotland. And he's like, "Well, first of all, I just signed for Notts. Like, you're supposed to be my agent. You're supposed to know these things."
You weren't doing this thing.
So then, obviously, didn't hear from him again until obviously I was at Port Vale. Then obviously he's doing the radio, and then he hears obviously doing wild man of the match and that. Blah blah blah. Oh, didn't know you was at Port Vale. You should have told me. I should have told you.
You good?
I should have told you. You're my agent. I should have told you.
Yeah.
So this is what I was up against coming up. And then also we need to get back to who? Richard Stevens. So yeah, you know all about this story already, but for the people them that don't know, so Richard Stevens was the academy manager until I was 17. So I think, in fact, maybe 16. But either way, it was after I became full-time. So after I've left school. So it was either 16 or 17 around that time. And then Terry Wesley come in. He was at Derby and he's at West Ham now. He's brought through bare players. So he came through and within a matter of a week, you could see the difference, like chalk and cheese. So like the levels of training went through the roof. The pathways to the first team opened up. I got international call-ups. I got my reserve team debut at 16. Scored as well, won the stats. But
get out, man.
Oh, did I drop that in? Sorry. But yeah, we won 1-0.
Yeah.
Warsaw. Yeah. Bescott Stadium. First time I played there. Yeah, so that was a good experience. 'Cause obviously, at that point, I had never really played in like a big stadium. I hadn't played at St Andrews or nothing. So that was like one of my first proper stadiums that I played in. So obviously, this was all before my loan move.
Yeah. So hold on, wait there. You got called up to England.
Yeah, so this was after. So that would have been when I was at Port Vale.
Yeah. Now, in that England team that you was in, he was like the top players there.
What age group was this as well?
This was on the 17s. So that age group was
Mark Albright in there?
Nah, that's older age group.
Okay,
so that's Sturridge's age. So Danny Welbeck, Henry Lansbury, Victor Moses. I
don't know what he was doing there.
He's saying the wrong
Bro, big man, go yard, bro. What's going on, bro?
Yeah.
Jaloff his way to home.
Who else is in there?
Well, I know you spoke about Victor Moses before.
Yeah, he was by far like
silly.
Yeah, from early. Because like the first time I even played against him was the game where we got picked up to go to my first international. So we played Palace away, and then I just remember like he was just chopping people out their socks left, right, and centre. And when it's just casual, like he's not even like when a man's just like playing with like it looked like under 18 playing with under 13s. He was just doing what he wants. He was just strolling about the pitch whenever he got the ball, and just no one could tackle him.
Different gravy.
And then I remember one time someone like went to obviously pass to him, and it's just kind of like 10 yards over his head, and he's well, not 10 yards, but like there basically, and he just kind of caught the ball and put it down and walked off. I was like, this is different. Like,
what is it like now?
Just in disgust. Like, what kind of pass is that? Just literally caught the ball, put it down. Obviously knew it's a free kick and just walked off. Didn't even look at the ref on that end. Just put the ball down and walked off. It's like,
wow.
Yeah, this is mad. And obviously, like after the game, and obviously we're in the same car going to the airport and that. And my man's not said a word the whole time and that. So I'm just sitting in the car just looking. I'm gassed and I'm going to England and this is my first time and that. Obviously it's normal to him. He's been sponsored since he was 12 or whatever. You know what I mean? So for me, it was like obviously he had his headphones and just chilling and just doing his thing and that.
So he was like
he was the top dog.
Yeah, okay.
Did at any point throughout this did you feel like do I even belong here with these man, or like did you feel like I deserve this, or was there like a bit of imposter syndrome, would you say?
Definitely I wouldn't say imposter syndrome, because like you touched on, obviously like my name rang bells as well. Like
sorry.
and obviously I've always backed myself. Like I didn't go on that pitch thinking, oh, this is Victor Moses.
Yeah.
He's gonna do this, that, and that.
To be fair, everyone that's put you in their top 5 said Chief was the man that started playing out the back.
Yeah, for real.
Back then.
That's
So
the
back
thing.
then it wasn't a thing. Centre backs clear your lines and just
Route 1.
2 foot man.
Because like, I started as a striker, innit? Like most youths do. Like everyone just wants to play a striker.
Goals
innit?
and that,
So when I got
did you
scouted,
play midfield at some point as well? Like DM?
well, Sunday league I played everywhere, but once I got to academy, I made my debut at striker.
Yeah.
Scored against Hereford 1-1-0. Next game played Forest as a centre back because the header played centre back. So played that match, got man of the match, 1-3-0. Obviously clean sheet and that, gassed, blah blah blah. And then straight after that, they wanted to sign me, and then never touched up front again. But obviously I've always liked to dribble and do my thing in it. So whenever I got the ball,
second nature.
Yeah, like if a man's running into me, I'm not. You getting megged? Sorry.
Yeah. I hear it.
You know what I mean? Like,
I hear it. Gotta hold that.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, if it's the right things to do, it's the right thing. Like, if you come up running at me,
don't use me as an example because it's never gonna run. I hear that though. Yeah, you back yourself, but just don't use me because I'm techie. Fam. Like, don't just relax.
But so obviously, like, because I always back myself anyway. Like, you can't chat to me. If I'm on the pitch, I'm the best player.
Yeah, facts.
I don't care who you are.
Yeah, as long as I'm not there, I hear that.
Yeah. But we've been on the pitch. I was still the best player.
Insane. Never been.
But anyway.
So anyway, back to Richard Stevens.
Yeah, so obviously, like, under him, I never even played, I played one under 18s game, but that was due to, we played Millwall away, so I was on the under 16s game, playing well, and the under 18s pitch was literally, like, next to it, innit? So that game's going on, the centre-back gets injured after, 5 minutes.
So then they move you over.
So then, shout me over, oh, yeah, you're going to play on that team. Get mad at the match, slap them, and then that was it. Back to the 16s, never touched 18s again.
And at no point did he have any sort of conversation with you at all? Or?
Of course not.
Oh, Wassy. Yeah, I heard that, man.
So then Terry Wesley comes in. I'm a first year at the time, so it makes me the under 18s captain. Like I said, I made my debut for the reserves. Yeah. Under 17 call up for England. And this is all in the space of I'd say probably 4 to 6 weeks. So obviously it's gone from just playing under 16s football, not really getting anywhere near the first team to
crazy trajectory.
Just boom, you basically
flying.
There.
You never debuted for first team Blues, did you?
Nah, I sat on the bench and that. Well, it should have been twice, but it was once because Steve Bruce was being a waste man. But anyway, we'll get into that. So remember that FA Cup game when Blues slapped Newcastle 5-1.
I must say yes, even though I don't. But yeah, sure, man. I remember.
But yeah, basically it was that game. So I travelled with the squad as the 17th man. So Julian Gray was on the bench, and literally he was I must have had the flu or something in it. But he's on the bench. He's not warmed up. He's literally got a big jacket on, hood up. Just this. So if this is the dugout, he's literally resting his head on the dugout, hood up like this. Hiding in the corner.
Man's going through the walls.
He didn't even watch the game.
He's going through the walls, fam. I know them was your fighting battles, bro.
But Steve Bruce decided to put him on the bench instead of me. For what reason?
Old school mentality, man.
Yeah, but so obviously that was the first time I even got in and around the first team, traveling, and this was around the time I was supposed to sign my contract in it, and this is another reason why Richard Stevens is a waste man, because he basically bamboozled me into signing a pro contract when I didn't know. So I got my pro at 15 without even knowing. I thought it was just a scholarship. So obviously, what normally happens is you sign a 2-year scholarship, and then after the 2-year scholarship, they offer you a pro contract whatever.
Nice.
But what he did was he offered me a 3-year pro contract as soon as I turned 17. So obviously they have to offer you the scholarship till you turn 17 anyway. So I had signed that not knowing that it automatically
switches.
Yeah, as soon as I turned 17, I'm on a pro contract.
Yeah.
So
then you couldn't leave or nothing like that.
Yeah, so basically I'm tied in, locked in, and I'm dead peas as well. So obviously I don't. So obviously when
well, we all know Blues ain't the best for money.
Exactly.
Facts. Plus, this is where your agent should be reading through.
Exactly.
That contract.
So this is the reason why we got agents. So obviously me and my dad was like, oh yeah, you're gonna obviously going to full time, you're gonna need an agent or whatever.
Yeah.
So obviously we didn't know where to go, so we went to the PFA, and then my man was the first man that come through the door.
He was the agents popping back then though. We weren't really.
I don't really know.
WMG was the big one.
Okay.
It used to be SFX.
I'm trying to think. Back in the day, they weren't really like.
They weren't like
Standouts.
super agents.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, there weren't no.
No, it was always just an agency.
The man there
company.
just to take the picture with the.
Yeah,
That's
basically.
literally it, bro. That's literally it, man. You had to kind of do these things for yourself and just hope for the best as well a little bit.
Where now everyone and their dogs is an agent.
Yeah, facts, man.
The agent game is ruthless.
Yeah, bro. But that's because everyone is trying to like be someone that you.
How's your clients, by the way?
Me? Don't worry about me. You're the business, man. That's why I keep trying to tell you, my money's long, bro.
Yeah,
Okay.
so go. Where was I? Back to the so I was bamboozling me with the contract and so it was like the Newcastle game was coming up to when I was supposed to sign my contract in it. But obviously I got my agent to basically try and negotiate better terms, which he didn't. But
Shock.
Did he
not
tell
tell her
you?
like he got me extra £50 a week
Yeah.
for 1 year, not even for the rest of it. So it was a 3-year contract where money goes up from each year like £100 or something.
That's insane.
But the first year where I only see like 3 months of it.
Right, you should have rang me, bro, to pay you.
I didn't know you back then. It's
Yeah,
so
long, I guess about it, man.
So my agent managed to get the extra £50 a week in there or whatever, saying basically because it's already signed, you can't really
Do you not?
do it.
Yeah.
So I was like, cool. And then obviously I didn't sign the contract straight away. So obviously my birthday's in January, but I didn't sign the contract till March. So I think this game was like February. So basically they tried to use the first team game as like
an incentive.
Look,
You're on the edge.
Yeah, you're
here
right
on the
there.
door.
You're gonna get opportunities, and then obviously didn't get no opportunities. So
Question. Throughout this whole scenario situation, obviously looking around the team and whatnot, was it just you that was going through that way? Like, were you isolated, or did you look around like, right, this is a mad situation, but at least my man over there is going through it as well? Like, it was literally just you.
the closest thing was Luco. Obviously, he was the year above me, but he was like the golden boy from like early. Like he was from probably like because he was there from the jump, like on the 8th or whatever it starts at. Like literally like lived down the road from the training ground in some big ass house, but we'll get into that. But yeah, so obviously the family was loved by the club, like
A Jude situation.
yeah, basically. So he was always gonna be like one of the top dogs there, like, and not only was he just like he was cold as well. Like there's a reason why he was sought after, and obviously he made his debut against Arsenal, I think it was, and then after that nobody broke through. Like there was nothing, like there was no pathway. So
Why do you think that is though?
Richard Stevens.
Like what I'm saying, why do you think he does that? There must be a his logical reason. Probably not the same logic that you and I
honestly
would
have no idea, because like
because now he's at Albion, still in the job.
Yeah.
that's what I mean. Like he went from Blues to Coventry, and then went from Coventry to West Brom. Probably ended up going to Villa, and then probably Wolves. Basically that's around the country.
It's crazy you
National
say that,
players.
because obviously I've got a friend, Amari Bell. It's alright, man.
Just pick that name up.
Yeah, just grab it. Obviously, he's a Luton town now, and I remember back in the days when we were in college and when we were in school, he was going through similar situations. I remember it was a thing where it was like 1 minute he's in the academy, next they're pushing him down to the development and whatnot. And I think in the end he had to go to that League One, kind of work his way up and just kind of take matters into his own hands. So it's not the first time I've heard that kind of scenario with Blues. Yeah. And it's like you said, how come man don't have the mentality to say, okay, outside of doing a good job in the academy and making them win games, my job as the manager, as the coach, or whatever it is, to develop that pathway to say, okay, first team is on the horizon. What do I need to do to help you achieve that? Yeah. And it's crazy that so many people have that mindset, bro.
Yeah, and obviously when I was coming through, there was no development squad, as you put it, or it was literally just under 18 straight to men's football. That's it. Like reserves is men's football. It's not under 21s or 23s.
Like
or
now
whatever
they
it's
got
now.
Premier League 2.
You know what I mean? There was none of that. It was literally you're 18. That's it. You're a grown man.
But saying that though, on the other hand, I'll give you an example. Tahith Chong, in the 23s was in the 23s he was like different gravy. You get what I'm saying? I used to go watch and I think, yo, this kid.
It's a different sport.
That's what I'm saying. But it's
That's not
now
football.
Premier League 2 is not men's football, is it? It's just
exactly
because I remember a couple years ago, the Wolves team won that league. Yeah, bro, none of them players made it to first team,
bro.
Man, at Plymouth Argyle and that. Now, you get me? Like,
it's a different world.
Like, don't get me wrong, you make a good career, but
Yeah.
obviously, if you've been at Wolves from you was 8 and then you've made it all the way through, you've won the division.
Yeah, it doesn't
and,
transition,
like,
does it?
What's his name? Donny at not Morgan
Gibbs White.
Gibbs White. That's it. Obviously, he came through Wolves.
Yeah,
I remember when they played them in the cup the other day.
Yeah,
Bro, he's vexed.
Yeah,
You get me?
Yeah, you would be.
Yeah. So on one hand, I hear like what you're saying, but on the other hand, like 23 football is not really.
It's not
men's football.
It's
so.
not, man. There's always a crate. You see every preseason when like
It's why all the youths are so soft now.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. You see every preseason when they take a couple of men from that age group and they take them on tours, whatever. And the difference in how they're trying to play football compared to the man they've been doing it for a couple of years is insane, bro. Even Amari Hutchinson, you can see how talented he is as a baller, and that even when he's playing at that level, taking a mick out of man. Yeah. But then he came on for Chelsea first team, and it's like it was just in a completely different world.
Anyone on loan somewhere?
Nah, he was supposed to, but then it flopped last minute because we were just too busy.
Machine, bro.
Yeah, we were too busy signing everyone. He was supposed to go West Brom.
Oh yeah.
But we're just too busy signing everyone else, bro.
The gap from under 23 is the first team. It's way too big.
Yeah.
Like there's no, like that's supposed to be the bridge, but it's done the opposite. It's just made you have more youngsters. That's not good enough.
Yeah, and obviously now it's a completely different world today, and it's a lot easier to make it, but there's still issues as such.
Still, pitfalls.
Yeah.
So from your perspective, kind of a double question, if you will, what do you feel you could have done differently, if anything, back then, and how would your answer be an advice to people in that scenario now?
So
say Luke is on the edge.
Yeah,
he's knocking on the first team. He's in your situation.
Well, the one thing that I wish I had did back then was take advantage of all the facilities and stuff that was there. Because like I've never really been a gym goer or let me go do some yoga and you know what I mean, like all these different things that was there that you had the option to do. He was like, nah, let me just go chill over here, mess about over here, and do something else.
Yeah.
And because not even to be fair, like back then, I was zoned in. I was all football, nothing but football. So that's why it was easy for me. Like it was just like it used to bother me when people used to tell me they're nervous. I'm like, how can you be nervous about football?
Yeah, you just kick
like this is what you've done your whole life.
Yeah, I used to hear like you, man. You'd always every summer now you just get all the ballers and go power league, and now you might just play for like 4 or 5 hours and just take the mick out of everyone that used to come and step on the pitch and that. So I hear it, man. It's what you've done all your life, and
like literally, like you want to be a professional footballer, but you're scared to step on the pitch.
It's hard, man. Especially when you get in front of if you can't hack that. And you get a man doing mad, throwing bananas and all that.
Yeah.
You get me? It's all techie, bro.
I hear it, man.
Booze, Sterling, get in that corner flag, bro. I wouldn't be taking corners, you mad? Get me in the box next to the keeper, bro.
But to get to that level, you have to go through all the other stuff in it. Like you have to, like, become a footballer first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why it kind of like bothered me, like when certain people just had like, we're just soft, like mentally, like just had no ambition. No passion, nothing about them.
Well, it comes from obviously upbringing as well in terms of how their personal life is. You know what I mean? A lot of men have it easy, whereas sometimes footballers are certain man got, and it's just all you want to focus on. Isn't it? So, like you know what I'm saying?
Like I said, obviously, like I said, like every summer I'm playing power leagues. Every not even every summer, like every day I was going power league.
Yeah.
Like I shouldn't even really say this, but one time I had an exam. I was supposed to be sitting in the exam hall, and I was at power league. the head of year drove down to power league, picked man up and that. Me and Jesse and that we're down at power league and that.
Yo, don't get real.
Obviously, like it was one of them ones where we knew we weren't gonna pass. It was like, let's go keep balling it. So I mean, it was
staying school kids.
Exactly. Like I said, I shouldn't really say this on there and that, but we'll edit this. But yeah, like that's what it was. Like I'm kicking ball like every day. Like certain man in the academy, you get kicked out of school and they're just going full time and train every day. Like I was kind of vexed. Like I'm there behaving in school, and these men have got full time.
I hear it.
Yeah, I mean,
I hear that.
So,
but with that story now, I want to get back. I want the official KP top 5 ballers from Brum list. In your opinion,
Yeah, don't worry about me because you know I'm not from Brum and that.
So obviously I'm gonna put myself in there.
Shock.
Of course.
Okay, without yourself. Because we
there's
know
room for somebody else.
Void though.
No. Because obviously,
All
it's
right,
like,
cool,
okay,
cool. Let me think.
If you were
so
looking,
obviously Studge goes in there.
Yeah.
Maney goes in there.
Yeah.
Sido.
yeah.
Evan Moses Garvey.
Yeah.
He don't get his flowers enough.
Mm.
He's another one that Richard Stevens
Mashed
killed,
up.
but yeah.
See, this is why I wanted to put himself in there because he ain't got fight.
I probably ain't. I'm trying to think who else was. I'm gonna put Dax in there.
Dax.
I'm gonna put Dax in there.
Yo, bruh. My goal.
My guy.
Yeah, okay. There's a lot of man that might be in their feelings about. So who would you take out if you had to put yourself in there?
Probably Dax.
Dax. Okay. Yo, that's commendable, man.
You know what I'm saying?
I hear that.
like Maney said, not everybody was outside, man.
Yeah, that's very true. That's very true. Very true.
I mean, so when I was outside, that's who was outside with me.
Yeah, I hear that.
Fair enough.
Cool. Right, on to Premier League.
Oh God.
Let's do world football events because there's a lot's happened since the last episode.
Yeah.
Obviously, the biggest thing is Messi has now got a World Cup
Immense.
under his belt.
The debate's over.
What a tournament that was, by the way.
Sensational.
Even all the bad news surrounding the whole Qatar thing. You know, it being in the winter and blah, blah, blah,
Probably
blah,
one of the greatest World Cups to date.
I would definitely say, up there.
Easily.
With the best footballing events. Obviously, England. France and Mbappe.
Keely.
Speaking, Studge, bro.
That was probably one of the best things about the World Cup. After Messi winning it.
The too many men, bro. Had me howling,
bro.
howling.
Even
bro.
now, we're still doing it with Champions League.
Yeah, I
still
seen that. It's good,
thing,
man. It's good. He's getting his punditry, and you get me.
Yeah,
so
I hear it, man.
Yeah,
it's
man.
good to see him still involved. But obviously, Killy, mad thing.
Nah, listen.
Mad thing.
I had Argentina because me and my brothers, we've done the top 10 ranked teams as a what's it called, sweepstake.
Yeah.
And I had Argentina. So from the jump, I had money riding on there, and they lost the first game obviously to Saudi.
Yeah. Where's Messi?
Where's Messi? I got at it so many times that they would treat me like I was Argentine, fam. I started practicing Spanish, bro. You know what I'm saying? So it was long, and then obviously second game came out. You see Aymar crying on the bench, and you just felt like everything was just back in place, bro.
Yeah.
Because even before then, they hadn't lost the game in like 20. They had like the longest winning streak in world football.
To be fair, that first game, they looked shaky,
Nervous,
bro.
Yeah.
It was mad.
And it's crazy because even up until the final third, they were doing the right things. It's just they get there and it's like pressure, like just weren't thinking straight. So
what I will say, in this World Cup, Messi did carry Argentina.
He did.
You always say in this World Cup,
In
like he
this
hasn't
one,
been carrying them.
Like it was no one can't deny. In the other ones, it was a bit.
But you know what though? Even though he did, this was the most complete squad that I've seen Argentina put together.
Yeah. Like everyone's playing.
This was the one where it was more
least
active,
egos.
Balanced, yeah.
Yeah, like it was balanced. That's the biggest
Like
word.
they've always had obviously great players in the teams, and obviously he stood out amongst all of those players. But in terms of every single position to a man, you're looking like, raw, they are stacked, bro. They had defenders coming in, like especially Molina right back, and then they were chained, bro. They just look solid, bro.
They look proper still.
And it's crazy because even like Otamendi was like 35, 36. He was playing like he was still 22, bro. Like,
Man got his hairline done, mad thing.
Fam.
To be fair,
when he let that ball bounce in the final and that, just run past him and that. That's when I was like,
it stunk still.
he need to be tired still.
it was the most exciting team for you then in that World Cup.
For me, it was France.
Really?
It was France. Only because going into the tournament, so many conversations were had about, they're missing 6 players that will be starters usually.
Yeah,
there's no chance of them, going that far. And it's just like, Mbappe not only he'd already announced himself anyway, but in that tournament he said, "I'm him."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I am who I think I am, basically. And you saw players that you wouldn't have thought would have gotten a chance, Tchouaméni and all of that coming through, showing, I can hold this still. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, certain man I thought would get more.
A lot of them had big moves as well that just came in. Like obviously Camavinga and Tchouaméni went Real Madrid.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying.
Even like the French players that came in, like Colomani, and that looked like a serious baller. Flipping Marcus Thuram, and that was coming on.
Even Upamecano. Like that, it shows the depth that they have.
Insane, bro.
Ridiculous.
Like
I expected them to get to the final anyway. To be honest,
the subs that they made in the final and that they
great management. Even
that
like
changed the whole dynamic.
Yeah, even when they
instantly.
played England, obviously you can argue that a bit of luck that went their way in terms of some of the
it was funny.
The penalty miss, for example, all that kind of stuff. But in terms
they had the whole build up to that game was Kyle Walker versus Mbappe. Who's faster?
Got
Mbappe ran it.
Bro, I've been saying for years that Walker is on fraud watch, man. People have been clowning me for like he ain't got nothing about
Look
him.
how long I've been saying it,
bro.
It's just fast. You can't actually defend. It's just rapid,
bro. Anytime you talk football, like I've seen his interviews and he's talking about what he does well. And if anybody says anything about his pace, that's the only thing that rattles him because he knows that's all he's got, fam.
Yeah.
I've seen him purposely, like Diaz is man marking someone, they're chasing the ball back, and you see Kyle Walker just dipping because he just wants to show that he can run, fam. Like kick ball, bro. I don't care how fast you are, fam. He annoys me.
But yeah, that was interesting to see if Mbappe fell into the trap of him versus Walker.
Yeah,
and he didn't really. He only done it once in the game, but
it was enough.
He just showed him, and it
was enough.
Yo, just chill out, bro.
I don't think that it was even a thing to him. Like, obviously over here they're gonna build up. I don't think in France they're thinking about Kyle Walker.
He's thinking like, who's Kyle Walker?
Of course not. He probably just thought, oh yeah, he's fast. Okay, cool. But I still better him.
Yeah, even like
because did Man City beat PSG in the last season in the Champions League?
Was it last season or the season before?
It was one of them where it was them two versus each other as well. And
Yeah,
I think he locked him up one game.
But then he got corned the other game.
Yeah.
Listen, it's not the first time they've gone head to head, fam, and he's held corn, fam.
He's not a good defender.
Nice.
So you saying France was the most
for me, like it was just nice to see, from an individual standpoint anyway, in terms of Mbappe. It's like, because obviously there was talks about him and what's it called, Rabiot beefing like a couple years ago from Euros and all that kind of stuff, and Rabiot's mama was causing beef and then missing so many players, and same way Messi was carrying Argentina. Mbappe was doing the same. And that's 2 World Cups in a row, fam.
Obviously, for me, it was Argentina. That was who I was from the jump was watching. So obviously, anytime Messi was playing, I was excited to see how the game panned out. So
for me, it was Morocco.
And he delivered.
Morocco.
Oh well, yeah, that goes without saying. You know what's crazy? What's crazy about that though?
I enjoyed their story more than watching them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. For me, it was more exciting because
the story,
like the quarters, I didn't even like.
It was exciting, and the one that spun me was
the most exciting Morocco game for me was the Portugal one.
Yeah.
Where obviously, Portugal was supposed to slap them and that.
Yeah, and they got
supposed to come and save them and whatever.
Even against Spain, the game itself was. Even the game versus Spain wasn't great. It was more the story, the fact that they're so close to each other on the border and all that kind of stuff. And man, like
Spain shocked me as well. To be fair, because I thought they would have been washed.
Yeah, after the first, but even then they weren't as good as that first game.
I don't think they never really had like a bad boy striker. No, obviously Morata done his thing, but that's your boy, innit?
Nah, impossible. I'm never backing him, cause
that's your boy, man.
Nah, but for me, the reason why I keep going back to France is that even in that team, majority of them are like between 19 and 23, bro. That team is set for years to come.
Yeah.
And they're that good World Cup final already.
You reckon Zidane will take the job?
Listen, I don't see why not. You know what I mean? Like, he's been out of coaching for a minute, but his name carries weight. Even during the World Cup, I think someone disrespected him. And every man in the French national team was saying, if you disrespect Zidane, you're disrespecting French football. Like, his name carries weight in that. So
we had a conversation at work about Zidane and his legacy. Obviously, he went out, his last World Cup, did the headbutt. And I said, you know what? He's such a good player and well respected by everyone. The headbutt didn't damage his career at all. Like, no one didn't think, you know what?
If anything, man are rating him for doing it.
Still batted it up.
He's getting rated for headbutting, man, because it's like, raw. Like, he did take a violation. Man said something about my mum and my sister over. Hold that.
Exactly. And the way he played that game and the game before against Brazil, especially at the time, Brazil was like
and even Italy with a little Panenka,
bro. Like he was moving mad. So I think I was saying someone saying
was my
like,
guy growing up. Like before Messi came about, Zidane was everything.
Yeah, I hear that. Okay, cool. Obviously onto the Premier League. Could be Arsenal's year.
Nah.
Everyone's like, nah.
Hey, listen. If you go on my Twitter and go on my bookmarks, I got about 20 tweets lined up from the start of the season. The Arsenal fans were talking mad corn, telling me they got flipping their stacked defensively. They got the best squad in the league. We're building something. This, and that.
Yeah.
Because I'm ready for them. Even when they started talking about we're going to win the league, anyhow they don't win it, and they try to drop that. Well, top 4 was our only goal. I'm drawing for every single tweet, bro. They need to hold corn, fam.
Yeah, I think some fans are a bit cautious at the minute because they have in the past.
They're winning today, no? They're playing Everton and
in December, and obviously meltdown happens in the new year. But they are looking good. They are playing good football.
Yeah, they're carrying my FPL. I can't cap. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And my problem with Arsenal is that watching them is great. They play good football. They have great players. I just can't stand the fan base. That's what makes me hate Arsenal. Anything. Look at Mighty, fam. You know what I'm saying, bro? I didn't need to group chat telling we were going to win a UCL in 3 years, fam. 3 years was 2 years ago. What's going on? What's going on, fam? What I'm saying, that level of delusion that they have, can't stand it, fam.
They make good rhythms, man. I'll be honest. That Nketiah one slaps.
Your defense is in trouble. Nketiah in the room.
Yo, it's the Bayako.
Bukayo.
Yeah, so again, I don't know, but saying this, obviously Pep's sold
so many, man.
Jesus and Zinchenko to them, and they look a much different team. Like Zinchenko for me is probably one of the best left backs, top 3 probably. I'm trying to think who else is better than him this season.
He's not even just the fact.
Luke Shaw, maybe.
Yeah, Luke Shaw's having a great year, but outside of even being a left back, he's just transformed. I remember seeing the start of the season that Arteta asked man to dribble, to bounce, to keep ups from one side of the pitch to the other, and everybody was doing like 1-2, taking their slide, their time, and that. Zinni was running with the ball, fam. I was thinking, like, he was just so clear ahead of them technically. It was just him and Odegaard in that team are insane, and the fact that you see him playing in midfield from left back, and he's just
like Odegaard's been my favorite player to watch this season.
Yeah, he's been cold still. Yeah. And they say the 10's dying out. You know what I mean?
Nah, he's bringing it back. He's running the back. He's running the
Bruno's in there this season.
Yeah, let's not move mad. Let's concentrate on what we're talking about.
Shout out my guy Bruno.
To be fair, Bruno's been playing more on the right. To be fair,
yeah. To be fair, yes. Sancho's in the 10 now. Shout out Sancho.
Sancho Lino.
You know what I mean?
Nah, I hear it.
Chelsea.
Now move on. Come on.
Chelsea, what's going on, man? You man got blank checkbook or what? You got the GTA cheat code, money cheat code.
Like I said, I'm just a fan of the game, bro.
So let me tell you a story. Stodge is a Chelsea fan, right?
Yeah.
I remember when you guys were linked with Felix.
João.
Yeah. João Felix comes in. Who was the first game he played against?
Fulham,
right?
63 minutes of excellence.
He looked sharp. I ain't gonna lie, he looked sharp.
Sensational.
Yeah. Sent off.
Yep.
Misses 3 games. He's only there for 15.
Minor. Money's long. That's not a problem to me.
Right, cool. So then you go on, and this is hilarious, by the way.
Moody
was a Arsenal fanboy.
Yeah.
Liking tweets.
Let me run it back.
Doing posts.
Let me run it back. Money's long, baby. Money's long. I tell you what. Listen, from the start, from when them man.
So how much did you pay for him?
Mudryk.
Yeah.
63 initial with a total of 88 from add-ons.
And what was Arsenal?
Same.
Offering.
Same.
The same.
So
why didn't you go Arsenal?
The difference is in the add-ons. So the initial the base payment was exactly the same. Shakhtar's CEO said that the add-ons that Chelsea offered compared to what Arsenal offered were more attainable Chelsea-wise. So I think it was either winning the league in a number of years and winning the Champions League. Whereas Arsenal were like, if we win the Champions League,
we'll give you some bread.
Yeah, we'll give you extra. And they were like, well, how likely are you to win the Champions League within the amount of years that he's going to sign?
He signed 8.5-year deal.
Well, with Chelsea, but he wasn't going to sign at Arsenal, was it? He's done that.
That's crazy.
However, It's
So
insane.
you man are maneuvering FFP.
Yeah,
by extending.
but it's crazy though, because
contracts.
as soon as we do, they're not talking about changing the rules in the summer. It's crazy. It's crazy to me because if anyone else done it, it's okay. But it's
You
'cause
man
it's
have been
Chelsea.
breaking rules since the dawn of
Hey,
time.
concentrate, bro. Who's in the court right now? It's City, you know?
Yeah,
not
that's
us,
true.
fam. Listen.
They've been in court though.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
Innocent
why.
until proven guilty, fam.
Yeah, I
So
hear
don't
that, I
put
hear
down
that.
my name, bro.
So yeah, Modric.
Mm-hmm.
Who else did you sign? You
Badia
signed
Shield, Enzo
Fof.
Fernandez, para Enzo.
Yeah.
That's my cousin, that is, fam.
Baller, by the way.
No, facts, Nani Madueke,
Yeah,
David Datra Fofana,
yeah. The centre back.
Malo Gusto, Badia Shield.
Yeah.
Who else? Obviously, João Felix, like we mentioned, and a couple youngsters that we like Jimmy something from Southampton.
Mari Hutchinson.
Yeah, Mari Hutchinson, but that's the summer's son. Yeah,
Yeah.
like 11 players or something.
And then you've still got what's his name to come in from Leipzig.
yeah, Christopher Nkunku.
Nkunku.
It spun me that his name is actually NKU spelled twice because I always used to pronounce it Nkunku.
So obviously you've got Lukaku to come back
Stinks.
as well.
Stink.
And-
Why you hate him so much, man?
Bro, I'll tell you why I hate him. Just even outside, let's not even talk about his football ability, yeah? I'll give you 2 reasons.
It was his Inter Milan letter. It's 4 a.m. in
No, not
Milan.
even that's 3. 3 reasons. Before that, let's run it back to, was it the last World Cup or the Euros? Before the ball was kicked, man said, when you talk about the best strikers in the world,
Mention me.
I'm in that conversation. Then proceeded to drop a howl the whole tournament.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, but leading up to that, he was on form. So
But
he was
the whole
feeling
of
himself.
Belgium stinks though.
No, but he stunk extra hard, fam. And he's the country's top goal scorer. He's only got like 50 goals.
Yeah,
anyway.
he really had a bad boy. It's him and Benteke.
Yeah, get out,
Yeah,
man.
he
Batshuayi.
plays
Yeah.
Well side done.
And then in that same tournament, they played Portugal. He proceeded to do absolutely nothing. And then they won, I think it was in penalties or extra time, whatever it was. And he had the cheek to put his hand around Ronaldo's head and say, bro, it's all right, man. You played good, man. You come back stronger. Giving man advice that he has no business talking to. You know what I'm
See, I
saying?
even know that. That's mad.
Bro, there's a video. There's a video, bro. Game done, and he grabs him. He's talking to him. He's like, you know them. Like, yeah, bro, don't worry about this. Ronaldo's like this. Still, man's got his arm around his shoulder, trying to get, like talk like
Ronaldo's
little man Ronaldo and that.
Dare you?
Trying to little man Ronaldo when you can't even walk in a straight line.
Yeah.
Wassy old blood. And then the stupid letter as well, talking about like I'll be back. Tell man not to leave. I'm coming right back, bro.
He's stunk this season though.
He's horrific, fam. He's absolutely
Looking
shocking,
mad.
bro. Can't
To
take
be
the
fair though, Serie A is looking spicy again.
It is.
But
Listen,
Juventus
Napoli.
dropping 15 points on a mad team.
But they're still playing good football.
it's
bro,
crazy, bro.
did you see Di Maria's goal the other day?
Yeah.
Fam?
Was it
Europa
Yeah.
thing, and just literally first touch, put
This
it
guy
top.
don't rate Di Maria though.
No. That's not what I said. I said he wasn't elite that level.
KP don't know ball, man. Let's keep it.
But what I will say though is after the World Cup, I was impressed with his performance.
After this World Cup,
this World Cup,
Bro, from Copa America from
No,
2014?
No, he's been probably
no. What I'm saying is like obviously he's always been a good player.
yeah.
But
You're
for
saying
me,
people put him up there,
yeah, put him
top end elite.
before he done anything to justify it.
I feel like you're basing that off his tenure at United. You being a United.
No, because I didn't want him to come to United.
Everything that if you look at his
So
career,
I already
if you
had that opinion before he came to United.
If you look at his career, if you look at everything he's done, not even just stats.
Real
like,
Madrid is cold, bro.
bro.
He wasn't.
The only
But that's why
question
they
mark.
wanted to come to United.
The only
Him, Ozil, Ronaldo.
Yeah,
Nah,
the only question-
Ozil
the
was
only-
a problem.
The only question mark you can have against Di Maria is his tenure at United. Anything else has been insane.
No.
Yeah, 100%.
Um,
Back to Chelsea, man. Listen, we've got like
Nah,
30
Chelsea, though.
30 man squad, 31 man squad.
You got an NFL team, bro.
Bro, I'm selling at least 15 man in the summer.
You man are playing Super Bowl next season.
100%, bro. Championship. See. I'm going down the Albion to watch us play.
Shit, that's if Albion stay up. Onto United, of course, Ten Hag.
Yeah, man.
Yo, I'm a big fan.
Yo,
I can't cap.
come in
bro.
and he's turned
And
the ship around.
you've been wanting ETH for years,
See?
bro.
I was one of the first man
For
to mention
years.
his name.
Yeah.
And
First man to mention his
for
name.
years. And I
You know what I'm
remember.
saying?
Yeah, I co-signed it early.
Do you know what's vexing me about football at the moment? Win or lose, every man is kicking ball.
Yeah.
And I have to tune into Chelsea, bro. It's torture. It's torture.
To be honest, I rate him even more because he stuck to his guns, even with a big personality like Ronaldo, where I feel like other managers would have just caved in and said, yo, you have to start him. He's Ronaldo. He's on 500 bags a week. Rare. He's done this. He's done that. Brother, hold the bench.
Bun all of that, fam. January transfer window. This brother wanted, 3-4 signings?
Yeah. Ended
up with Wout Vergos, fam. And look what man, Wout Vergos, or whatever his name is, bro. I mean,
he slays vampires.
fam. And the way he's getting that team to produce, the way he's moved Sancho from the left into the 10, Rashford, bro.
You watched the Barcelona game?
I did. One of the best games of football.
Bro.
Both legs, actually. First leg was insane.
You know, I was cheesing. I said, look at this Donny Frankie. The Wasio, bro.
The Wasio.
You was dissing, man, talking about you want Champions League football.
Go back in the studio right now and write your apology.
They didn't even want you, bro. You know we didn't even want you. They're about to release you.
Just to get you out.
They're about to release you in the summer, bro. You get me? Because they need to get their wage bill down.
Facts.
Yeah, so you're one of the only people that ain't going nowhere is Pedri, Gavi, and Robert.
Yeah.
Leng Skeng, Golden. You get me? They're the only three that ain't going nowhere. Everybody else, guess what?
Pack on the bags.
Yeah. Frankie,
smile up yourself.
Pack your bag, G. We don't want you no more. We're good. You get what I'm saying?
Nah, I can't lie. I still take it United still.
Nah,
bro, right now, my Danny Fredinho, you get me, bro? Big up yourself, fam. You get me? I don't know what you're doing with your head.
Fred before, though.
That's the Fred.
He's come through, man.
When I spoke about Fred, everyone said, nah.
But it's the manager that's made him play.
I said this at the time. The gaffer is playing the players in the wrong position.
Nah, I hear it, though, because Fred for Brazil and Fred for United for a while weren't the same Fred. And
the same way with Pogba and France.
Fam, the only person that ain't got no hope is McTominay, fam, because he's just stinks.
I'm not having that.
Bro, he's a hazard.
Nah,
he's a hazard.
And Maguire, bro. Don't forget Donny.
Nah, McTom stinks, bro.
Nah, man, McTominay is alright.
Yeah. No, we got Rashford as well.
Rashi's in the form.
I see you, bro.
I'm sorry. You know what?
Yeah?
Rashford.
I suppose. Hey, check this book.
No, my bad. I apologize still.
Yeah, go on. Do your apology.
Yeah, Rashford, my bad, bro. Because last season I was calling you a Wasio, fam. I said you were washed. Told you to be focused on politics and that, fam. I'm sorry, innit? Sorry, my bad. I know ball, but it was a howler. It was a howler for me still. You're techie, bro. Bro, you're carrying my FPL, fam. Keep doing you. Every time you back, I'm here with you, guys. I'm here, fam. I'm sorry, bro.
Bro, listen. He's on form.
He is, bro.
He's on form.
Easily the most informed player right now in the world.
Hands down.
It's crazy.
I don't think England, he wouldn't start over Harry Kane.
Nah, bro. But it's not like, because there was a while under wherever else at United where he was only effective if he played off the left and came in. Doesn't matter where he's. Yeah. Left, he looks just as good on the ETH. Right, he looks just as good. Up front, he looks just as good. Even in the 10, sometimes he just looks like a complete player right now, bro.
Yeah, you can just see the confidence oozing from him.
Yeah, that's my only question mark. Obviously, there's a couple man that's saying he's just masking average performances with goals and that. My thing is...
Yeah, I've heard a couple man say
that. Yeah, that's a horrible take, by the way. That's just you just wanting to be a hater.
Nah, that's Mo Salah. That's
no, facts, big facts. Because Rashford is doing it all right now. My only question is, if he goes 2-3 games without scoring, without impacting the game, is he able to switch it back on, or does he go back into that whole... It's not working for me.
But I feel like his game's just changed. Like
he's more intelligent.
He's more direct now as well.
Yeah,
like he gets the ball and he just wants to run at man.
And he's thinking now, because previously I feel like he was just playing on instinct. Yeah. Like whatever comes off. But now you can actually see.
He looks like he knows. Okay, I'm gonna get the ball. I'm gonna run at you, and I'm gonna cut inside. And
currently on form, is he in the same bracket?
No, let's not move mad.
Okay, say no more. So who's the top 3 players right now
in the world?
Yeah.
You're not moving Lionel Messi for me easily. That's number 1.
Okay.
Mbappe, I'll put you there.
Yeah.
Number 3 is tough for me because as good as Rashford is, I saw a question that said Rashford, Kvaratskhelia from Napoli, and Vinicius, who you starting, benching, and cutting.
Yeah.
Vinny gets cut.
I can't lie to you. Rashford might have the whole bench of cut, out of the 3.
You reckon?
I can't lie to you, bro.
Fairs.
In England...
I can't even say Donny's name, but at Napoli, number 77.
Kvaratskhelia. Kavica Kvaratskhelia.
Yeah, that Donny, the Georgian.
Yeah.
He's Techie, different gravy, he is.
Bro, he just makes the game just look so enjoyable.
Different gravy, he is. Him and Usherman.
Yeah, but listen, Usherman's nice, fam. You know how it goes, man. It's jollof and vibes, bro. Yeah. That's what it takes, fam.
It's different gravy,
bro, he just shoots from anywhere.
Yeah, bro, it goes in it. You're like Adriano 05, bro.
posting that.
Yeah, bro. It's crazy, bro.
Bro, why is he still wearing a mask 4 years later?
Bro. That's his thing now, you get me? That's his thing now. Well, yeah, that's the Premier League then. Quickly wanting to get onto, before we wrap up, Sunday League. So, Chief, your season's coming to an end as gaffer at Vibes. I think we are second in the league at the minute. Yeah. We had a cup game in the Prem and the Championship between the two divisions. Sunday gone. We blew a 2-0 lead for 4-2 and then came back and won the game 5-4.
Well, you man just bored or something, fam.
Bro, it looked like it, cause I can't tell you what happened. Like, these men were on job, 2-0 up, cruising. Had a bag of chances.
Do you ever just feel like, you know what, let me grab a kit real quick and go out there and show this man what I'm going?
Nah, sometimes I feel like just get in the car, go home.
I hear that shit. I hear it. That's why you're there and wasting your time.
Well, can you wrap up your season so far quickly? So, this is your first season as gaffer. All the politics behind the scenes, obviously. I'm
there's
privy to certain information, but I want to get used to it.
Media team.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot more to it than I thought would be.
What have you found is the biggest challenge?
Managing everybody, the whole. Obviously,
players
there's
happy.
5 players.
Vibes Chelsea in that.
Bro, basically
crazy.
Yeah. And obviously not everybody's in every week, so everyone's rotating and that. Then how do you keep
that squad
a competitive team as well as keep everybody happy and keep everyone still pulling in the same direction? That's been the biggest challenge. Obviously, getting man there on time is a big challenge.
How many man are you cutting from that squad right now?
Well, it's about vibes, innit? So we're family, innit?
I hear that, but
there's no one at the moment that I'm thinking needs to get caught.
Nah, the defer is you just don't, because I need to come into the team, so you need to make space for me, fam. Because I'm beefing anyone. Now talk.
Huh? That time up. What?
Wowzers. That's Sunday League done, man. Next session. Man, haters, bro.
Well, yeah. Next week we'll be back with the Sunday League roundup. This week we just wanted to talk about Chief and what you're doing right now. Obviously, you're at Kiddie now. What are your plans after football?
Oof.
Have you started thinking about that, actually?
Like, it's crazy because no one ever asks you anything about this until you hit 30. But as soon as you hit 30, everybody asks you, how long you got left? How long you think you can keep playing? I'm like, yo, you didn't ask me this when I was 29.
Innit?
No, but there's definitely like...
But there's a stigma in football though, innit? As soon as you hit 30, your legs are gone.
Yeah.
Hey?
Now, you're vegan anyway, you got like another 5 years, bro.
Yeah. My gaffer tried to call me slow and that the other day.
Listen, put him in the headlock, bro. What are you on about? Wasio?
You looked on the stats and that, so I was the fastest in the team. And
it
was
is.
Actually, sorry.
My bad. Bad.
Well, it's all good. It's all good. I'm feeling good. So I don't see myself retiring in the near future. So we keep going, innit?
Can I have a signed jersey of you? Kid without paying?
Bop City Kiddie.
No.
No, you stink, bro. What the hell, man? Next
Pre-season.
session, man. This guy's a Wasio, bro.
Jimmy.
Yes, sir.
You got your howlers. So what's your howler of the week?
I'm gonna start with. I got a couple, fam. Myself included on this howler. You know what I'm saying? Because my one's a stinky one still, but I'm gonna start with like Jurgen Klopp. You're a Wasio, bro. I'll tell you why. After the UCL final last year, what did he say in the camera? Where's the final this year?
Yeah.
Book the hotel.
Book the hotel.
That's what he said.
Yeah.
Start of the season, he said he's got the best full-back pairing on both sides in the country. So he's got the best centre-back pairing in the country.
Matip and Van Dijk.
Shimikas and Robertson, Trent and 39-year-old James Milner.
Yeah.
Pensioner and that. When he signed his new deal not so long ago, he sat down and said, I know it's going to be tough as manager because we got no bread, but I'm here to make it work. Let me run through his list of signed players. He signed Cody Gakpo, 45 mil.
Yeah, which was...
This summer. This Jan, sorry.
Desperate signing, yeah.
45 M's.
Yeah.
Signed Darwin Núñez, 85 M's in the summer. He's got a 65 million goalkeeper in goal, Alisson.
Yeah.
75 million centre-back, Virgil van Durag.
Yeah.
36 mil on the other centre back in Canate that only wants to watch anime and do vibes. 52M on Keita, who sits on the bench and got no hairline no more.
Yeah.
And let's not forget flipping Diaz that he signed as well, 50 M's.
Yeah.
Jota 45 M's.
Yeah.
So why are you telling me you got no bread, fam?
Yeah.
I don't get it. And then you go and lose against Madrid, and you're in the press saying if anything can come back, we can. No, you can't, bro. Just go home, fam. Focus on next year, fam. Wasio, bro. Go on.
You know what's mad about that game?
Yeah.
You're at Anfield.
You stink,
Everyone was singing. The stadium was rocking.
Rocking. Vibes galore. Yeah. And you go and do that.
2-0.
You go and do that.
There was, cheering.
Yeah.
No,
bro, go and put your hand up and say my bad to the fans. Joke, man. And then you're still beefing. Everyone is asking him questions and that. Like, say it's a. Why are you angry, bro? Why are you always angry with your teeth? Rubbish teeth. No, sorry. My bad. That's Howler number 1.
Yeah, Howler number 2.
Howler number 2, Callum Hudson-Odoi.
Yeah, go
Show.
on. Yeah. I watched an interview with him the
other day. Callum, World Cup just went. Ghana were on your case for 2 years straight, telling you to change nationality and come kickball for the World Cup. You said no, big man, because you still believe you can make it into the England setup. Concentrate. You're 22. You know what I'm saying? It's not too late to go uni, fam. It's big man. Big man. Big man. Let's talk about your failed wonder kids. Let's not cap. You know what I'm saying? It's actually not a joke thing no more. Let's look at it this way, yeah? We signed about 4 or 5 wingers. God knows how many.
Yeah.
You went to Sky Sports and said, I ain't heard from Chelsea.
Yeah.
Now, why do you think that is, bro? They're packing your bags for you, big man. Talking. He said, I'm just focusing on my game here at Leverkusen. Yeah. Go and look at the stats. Man ain't played in like 4 games. So what are you focusing on? Because you should be on UCAS right now, completing that personal statement, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Pack your bags, man. You're going to Reading. Or you'll be reading books. You decide. I don't care, fam. Just get out of my club.
That interview was hilarious.
Bro, you stink, fam.
Man asked him about Chelsea's like, I haven't heard from them.
I ain't even know what's going on, bro. I ain't even gonna lie to you, bro. Man, I don't even know what's going on. How can you go on Big Sky Sports and say that, bro? Hold your hand up and say my bad right now.
And last howler?
Last howler is from me still. My bad. I need to apologize to my wife because this was a howler on my part.
Go on, let's hear it.
She's a Liverpool fan.
Wow, how did that happen?
I don't even know. I don't even want to ask questions, bro, but it stinks. But she's never been to Anfield, did it? And you know me, I'm a hopeless romantic. Sweet boy.
You took it Anfield?
No, I was trying to take Anfield. So, obviously, I'm always down at Stamford Bridge. No problems. You remember, you get a ticket. It's straightforward.
Yeah.
I don't know how to get tickets for Liverpool because I don't support them. I don't business.
Yeah.
So I said to my boy, because he's like, someone that's always going to games. I said, can you pattern tickets for me? He said, yeah, man, no problem. I'm going to speak to him. I don't know how it works, but I'm going to chat to him. Brother comes back saying, yeah, I can get you, man, 3 tickets. It was Chelsea, Liverpool, Anfield. I was like, yeah, send them up. Send the money for the tickets and that.
You got finessed?
Bro, wow. I was like, yo.
Man done the Asake tickets on it.
Bro, 2 weeks before the game, I'm excited, man. And obviously now, I'm saying to baby girl, yo, make sure that day's free. I'm sweetening up the thing, not trying to talk about what I'm going on because, I'm trying to do it proper. You know what I'm saying? I've been doing the things them leading up to sweeten her up.
Yeah.
Flowers galore, chocolate, date night, you name it. The icing on the cake was good. Hey, baby girl, we're going to Liverpool for the weekend. You know what I'm saying? We're going to take it to the game. Everything was packed. And then she then tries to book something on the day.
Yeah.
And I'm like, don't you dare. Like, I told her, like, nah. She's like, okay, what's happening? I was like, fine, I didn't want to tell you, but we're going to Liverpool, innit? We're going to go watch the game at Anfield. And I was like, hold on a second. It's 2 days before the game.
Yeah, no tickets.
There's no tickets.
No.
So I'm chasing my boy.
Email
I'm chasing my boy to chase brother, like, big man, where the tickets at? Man said he's not hearing from my man, fam. We chase. And then the next thing you know, I'm in a group chat with about 20 man. And every single one of us in there's been finessed by my man before. So I'm like, raw.
Not me.
No, sir. No. Bro. I said, duck keys. I bought them tickets, bro. In my head, I thought I was gonna be behind Jurgen, telling him Guten Tag, brother. No, sir.
Bro, what I want to know, how did he guess there? Like, yo, this is seats behind the players.
No, he didn't even tell me like that. He was just like, okay, I can pan 3 tickets. Man even said to me, look, I get it because the game is so far away. Because it was from like early in the season, I was trying to pan them particular games. Obviously, I'm gonna go watch Chelsea as well. And he was like, yeah, like, you know what? As a good gesture, you might just pay half of your tickets now, and then half like a few
Closer
weeks,
to the day.
Yeah, closer to the game and that. As soon as I sent the other half to my brethren, didn't hear from my man again, bro. So yeah, bro. Listen, it's a good
I hope
thing my
you
money.
paid that on credit card.
No, listen, it's a good thing my money's long for him because all I'm saying is I know what my man looks like now. I know where he lives. I know what car he drives. If you see me up in the penny, just know why, bro. Just free
my
me,
guys.
free me, bro. Free me. But listen, when I see man, some man are going in headlocks, bro. Yeah, that's my highlight
crazy,
of the week,
bro.
man. I
No
got
way.
baby girl. I'm sorry, man. My bad.
That's some howlers, mate.
It still stinks, man.
Yeah. Right. I think that's all. We're not doing Fraud Watch this season.
Callum on the door. Boy, you're lucky.
But next week we'll get onto the streets. We'll never forget. So we have a think about those players.
Yeah, the streets will never forget me still.
And then yeah, man, that's it. So it's been emotional, lads.
Yeah.
Episode 1, season 2.
2.
No Tekkers
two.
podcast. We out,
back.
man. Make sure, actually, before I want to shout out the sponsors, Dane's Catering, sponsoring Vibes. Make sure you book him for all your catering needs. What else we got? EPI, Elite Performance Institute. Obviously, me and Chief doing our academy thing. So if you want one-to-ones, group sessions, all of that, contact us there. And yeah, man, we're trying to get some more sponsors. So if you do fancy sponsoring the podcast, hit me up in the DMs and we can sort something out.
Or
You
you
get
can
what I'm
chat to
saying?
me, fam. You might not hear from me again.
Actually, I might not.
I'm trying to recoup my ticket money.
Yeah, so yeah. No Tekkers podcast, episode 1, season 2. We out. Peace.
Bonus stats.